Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making a basic shortbread. It's not a traditional Scottish butter shortbread. They're pretty complex. I don't think I could manage that, but this one was given to me by a Dutch friend. The recipe is pretty basic and it always works. So we're just going to make it a bit of a twist, have a lemon one, and we'll see how we go. 250 grams of butter goes in there, and 1 cup of icing sugar. So we want to cream the butter and the sugar. You can use your hand mixer for a smaller quantity, but we're going double today, so we're going to have to use the cement mixer. It's pretty loud, so I'm sorry. So we're going to cream it until it's all combined and there's no lumps. So here we go. Okay, so we've creamed the butter and the sugar, and to that we're going to add 1 cup of corn flour. That goes in. So once the butter and the sugar and the corn flour is pretty well combined, we're going to add in 1.5 cups of plain flour. Given that it's pretty messy, we will add a bit at a time and incorporate that as we go. And we should end up with a really nice soft cookie dough. And we'll just add the last lot in. All we need now is for this thing to dry. God, I haven't had much luck lately. Just out of information, general information, if you are looking for a stand mixer, this is what they call a stand mixer as opposed to a hand beater. And there's so many on the market these days. It's good to do a bit of research and find out the actual power of the motor. I know that some of them look really fancy, some of them come in pretty colours, and they have aerodynamic designs, but don't worry about that. What you need to be looking for is like a whole power thing, the capacity of the machine to work with large quantities and not die. It's pretty important when you're spending a lot of money to look for something that is going to cope with the type of baking that you're doing, not just to look decorative on the bench. So just a thought there if you're looking for something. So the final lot of flour is going in, and we're going to make that dough come together. Just one more scrape. In there. Scrape down the sides, give him a final scrape, and then we should be done. Oh God. Okay. So the consistency that we've got here, if you're just doing a plain version of the shortbread, is exactly that, just leave it. But because we're going to do a lemon version today, what I've got here is the zest of a lemon. We're going to just take a dessert spoon of lemon juice and throw that in as well. So, back we go. Okay. So I've done this recipe with lemon a few times. I've also done it with orange, and that works equally as well. They're really good. It's a really forgiving recipe. So you can just put whatever you like in, be creative. It'll work out, don't worry. So all we do is pop our dough onto a floured surface and give it a light knead. Just don't give it too much attention. The mixer's done most of it. So just like that, I suppose. And pop it into some Glad wrap, and then we're going to put it in the fridge for about half an hour. Go.
How do you say goodbye in French?
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
There's a number of ways that you can do your cookies. The first way is traditional. You can roll it out with your rolling pin to about, I don't know what the measurements are, like what is a ½ inch? I don't know, it's old school. To whatever your thickness is that you would like. Roll it out and use a cookie cutter, any type of cookie cutter, doesn't matter. Okay. You can get festive at Christmas time and make Christmas ones. You can do Easter ones, you can do mermaid ones, you can do whatever. Just your traditional rounds. Another way that you can also make your cookies or your shortbread biscuits is to have the dough just in a log, so in a round-ish thingy, and then just slice them. Slice them into even slices. Bring your scraps together at the end and just go again. So you make sure you just use up all of that dough. Go. I'll just do another. It's not gonna work. Oh. A failed Play-Doh Kinder. Just cut and fork. So we're going to cook those in a preheated oven for about 10 to 12 minutes, depending on how hot your oven runs, on 160 degrees. So pop a timer on and we'll see you when they're done. So now we're going to make the lemon filling for our shortbread sandwiches. I can't remember the recipe, so I've got the book, sorry. So what we're going to do is take ½ a cup of corn flour in here. So we're going to do 1 cup of caster sugar into there. And along with that, we've got ½ a cup of lemon juice, like so. And 1 1/4 cups of water. Just stir it all together. We don't want any lumps. So if we can get it as smooth as we can before it goes on to the heat, that will hopefully eliminate any lumpy lemon curd. So we'll bang it on the heat and then I'll show you what to do next. So this has been cooking for about 3 minutes and you can see now it's coming together. It's turning thick really quickly and the colour has changed. So just keep stirring, and when you think that it's not going to get any thicker, which is probably right about now, I guess. I need to take it off the heat. And we're going to take it back over to the board and stir in 60 grams of butter and the zest of a lemon and 3 egg yolks. And that is what we're looking for, so a thick lemon curd. Okay, it's pretty much done. So we'll just leave that there to cool while we get the rest of the cookies out of the oven. So we've got our lemon curd and our cookies that we've made, and we are just going to sandwich them together. With the lemon, find a friend, and that is it. So because we've got different kinds of cookies, it's just going to give us different kinds of looks. There's like a toast one we've got there. So that is the recipe for our lemon shortbread cookie sandwiches. Like I said, you can make them with orange or lemon or plain or however you like. Just use your imagination and I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm not a great kneader. That will do. Pop it into some Glad wrap, like so. And bung it in the fridge.
How is it possibly kneading? That's not kneading. You can't just smack it together.
That's my kneading.
That's not kneading.
I'm not a baker.
Just roll it back and forth, half and fold, half and fold. Woman.
What are you? Cookies?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the cookie dough you put in the fridge.
Did we put cookie dough in the fridge?
Where did you take the cookie dough you wrapped up?
I'm only joking, I'm not that silly.
Where did you put it?
It's in the fridge.
Oh.
Got ya.